Hey guys, welcome back. In the last video, if you recollect, we gave an introduction on what are tuples and what all things we can do with it, and the topics that we'll cover in the subsequent videos. Okay, when I'm talking about subsequent videos, uh, the first thing that we need to know is how we can access tuple items. Yeah. So the most common way to access values within a Python tuple is using indexing. Now we just need to specify the index of the elements we want to retrieve through a square bracket notation. Yes. So in addition to indexing, Python provides various other ways to access the item like slicing, negative indexing, extracting a subtuple from a tuple, etc. Yeah. We'll see this in our subsequent videos. But the important thing that you need to remember is a tuple is an immutable ordered collection of elements. Now, when I'm talking about immutable, means that once the tuple is created, we cannot modify or change its content. So I cannot modify or change its content, but I can access it. So we can use tuples to group together related data items similar to list, but with the key difference that tuples are immutable while lists are mutable. So this is an important thing that you need to note at your end. Yes. So let's understand the various ways in which you can access tuple item. So the first method, as I said, is through indexing. So using accessing tuple items using indexing. Yes, let me put it in bold. Yeah. So when I'm talking about indexing, we have seen this in list as well. Each element in a tuple, it corresponds to an index which starts from 0. Yeah. So the first element is always 0. Yeah. And the last element is the length of the tuple, or you can say length minus 1. So if I have a tuple which has 10 elements in it, so the length of the tuple is 10. So it will be the last element would be 10 minus 1, that is 9, because we have started the tuple from 0. Yeah. So you need to remember this while indexing. The tuple index always starts from 0. Yeah. So let's try to see it with an example. So how we can access it. So if I have a tuple 1, we'll use the same examples that we have used earlier. So suppose I have this tuple 1. Yeah. And we have the numbers. I do not want other tuples. Yeah. I have these numbers as well. Yeah. Now, if I have to access a particular element within the tuple, so if I have to say item at 0th index in tuple 1 is comma. So how do you access it? Tuple 1, 0. Yeah, so I need to remove. Okay. Tuple 1, 0. So 0th index, which is Rohan in tuple 1. Yeah. Same way for tuple 2, if I have to find the second index in tuple 2. So what I'll do is tuple 2 and I will mention second. Yes. So let's see what is the output here. Sorry. So you can find the output here. So the 0th element is Rohan, and the second element within the second tuple is 0, 1, and 2. So 3 is the second element in tuple 2. Tuple 2. Yes. So this is how you can access or retrieve a value from a tuple using indexing. Now, same like indexing, we have negative indexing. So how you can retrieve the value using negative indexing? We'll see that as well. So accessing tuple items using negative indexing. Yes. So usually by range of tuple items, we mean accessing a subset of elements from a tuple using negative numbers. Yeah. Now, how do we do that? Negative indexing in Python is used to access this element, which is from the last element. So the last element is always referred as -1. Same way, second last element is referred as -2. Here, we do not have -0. -0 is always not, never there as a number. So it starts from -1, then it subsequently comes down to -2 as it comes down the value to till the first one. Now we can also access tuple items with negative indexing by using negative integers to represent the position from the end of the tuple. Yes, let's see it with an example so you'll understand it much better. So we'll take the same example. Here, I have referred the first index using the 0th indexing through positive indexing. But if I have to do it through negative indexing, I want to refer the same value, Rohan. So what I'll do is -1, -2, -3, and -4. So what I have to mention here is -4, which will give me the negative index. Same way, for tuple 2, if I have to get the second index, yeah, then what I have to do is -1, -2, and -3. So I have to specify -3. Yeah. So let's see. Yes. We got the same value, but with a negative indexing. So the idea behind showing you this way or the same example with different ways is you can access the value within an tuple through different ways. Either you do it through positive indexing or you do it through negative indexing. Yeah. So you need to be very careful while probably checking on what you have to get. Yeah. You can also access range using accessing tuple items using negative items. Rather than items, we'll try to get a range. Right now we saw getting one element at a time. Yeah. Now let's try to get range of numbers. Yeah. Accessing tuple range using negative indexing. Yeah. Or positive. It's a mix of both. Yeah. So by range of tuple items, we mean accessing a subset of elements from a tuple using slicing. So therefore, we can access a range of tuple items with negative indexing by using the slicing operations in Python. Okay, how do we do that? Suppose we take the same example that we had earlier. I take this example and I mentioned slicing method is usually done by using semicolon in between. So if I keep this empty, it will give me the entire tuple range. So you'll see this. So it has given me the entire range. But if I specify, I want from 1 till last. So 1 is Nilesh, which is this is the 0th element and this is the first element. If I do not specify the last element, it will give me 1 till the last element. Yeah. Yeah. Same way, if I specify the last element as -1. Yeah. Let's see. It is giving me output from the last one. That is the second last one. Yeah, since we have specified a -1. So it takes one element lesser. Yeah, since -1 and -1 would be -2. So it will end to -2. Yeah, or I can do it the other way is from 1 to last in tuple 1. Yeah, I, items from 0th index to second last in tuple 1. Now we'll try to get something from the mid of that. Suppose I want only this three numbers, 2, 3, and 4. So what I have to do is I need item from first to third index. But you know, the last index would be always -1. So what I have to do is I have to specify 1, which is right, but you have to specify 4, which will be always -1, which will give me till the third index. You can see this 2, 3, and 4. It will not take the fourth index because it is always -1. The length is always -1, which you have seen earlier in our explanations. Yeah, so here it is always length -1. So you need to remember that. So whatever item or the index number that we specify while slicing a tuple, yeah, that will be always the last element would be always -1. Okay. Now you need to let's understand the slice operator a bit in more detail. Yes. Now let's try to this way we have done negative indexing. We have also seen the slice operator. Yeah. And slice operator. Yeah. What you need to remember in slice operator is the slice operator in Python is used to fetch one or more items from a tuple. Yeah. So as we did for negative indexing, we sliced it with a range. So the semicolon is the range. Accessing tuple items using slice operator. Yeah. Let me make it bold. And usually, as you know, it will have a start and it will have a stop. Slice operator, and both are optional. If you do not specify any of them, it will automatically take the start and the end of the tuple. So for an example, if I take this tuple itself, let me use the same examples here. Yeah, suppose I mention, as we have already seen this one. Suppose if I do not mention the last index. So if I say this one is empty, I want till fourth item in tuple one. Yeah, let's see what is the output from the zero to last, zero to fourth index into, yeah, or the third index. Sorry, it will exclude, it will be the index number minus one. Yeah, see this? Since there is no fourth index, let me put it as 3. So you'll get still second, that is still 20. See this? This is second index. Same way, as I told you, if you do not specify any start or stop, it will give you the entire string. Oh, sorry, I need to specify people two. See this? It has given me the entire string if I do not specify anything. So this is how you can access items within a tuple. Now, there is a more complex method of accessing tuple within tuple. Yeah. So you have a subtuple within a tuple. Yeah. Where if there are multiple tuples nested within each other, we have to access them using matrix methods. So let me give you an example for that. Suppose I have this tuple 1, yes, and I have this another tuple at this 20, yes. Suppose I want to access the third tuple, yeah, second tuple, which is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what I'll say is print tuple 1, 2. Yes, this has given me the entire tuple bit because this tuple is within another tuple. So this is a subtuple of this entire tuple. So for the outer tuple, this is zeroth index, this is first index, this entire thing is a second index, and this will be your third index. Now you will ask me, how do I access the values which are within this tuple, the subtuple? So what you need to do is, if you have to access values within the subtuple, you need to specify at which value is this tuple. So I would say 2, and you need to have one more square brackets. And if I want to access the first tuple within the subtuple, I'll say 2 and 1. You got this? So I have got this value 2 by specifying one more square brackets, which will give me access within the tuple. So if there are more tuples, suppose instead of 3, I have another tuple called A, comma B, comma C. And I want to access C, which is 0, first, and the second. Now, let's understand the concept first. This yellow brackets is an entire tuple. This is my first tuple. So, where is this C or C item which I need to understand? It is within the second tuple of the main tuple. So, I have specified second. Now, I need to see the inner tuple. Where is this inner tuple available within the second tuple, which is in the 0, first, and the second element? So I'll specify 2. And lastly, since I have one more tuple within the tuple, and I have to access C, I have to again see what is the index within this tuple. That's 0, first, and the second element. So if I have to access this, I have to specify this element. Yes? So this is how you access items within the tuples, whether it be subtuple within a tuple, or whether a tuple is a part of a tuple. Yeah. So you need to be very careful when you are accessing the values within the tuple. Yeah. Hope you understood this concept. Yeah. Do like, share this video who want to learn Python with such beautiful examples. Do comment if you have any views on this video so that other viewers can also get the share of your knowledge. And do subscribe to my channel if you want to get such informative videos directly to your inbox. Thank you so much.